Such a heavenly day, slick as ice, not a cloud in the sky. Very nice, wind in my hair, and everywhere there's a feeling of peace. But you tell me about the reason people change with the seasons. I don't have time for that. Oh no, I'm just grooving with the vibe. I can take being alive on this heavenly day. Well, you tell me about the passion in the night, that hating is in fashion. I say, why fight? I wonder if we can live in a world of love and wonder, wonder, wonder. I can see a new day of devotion, brothers and sisters, such emotion, working with our hands, doing the best we can, just grooving with the vibe. I can take being alive on this heavenly day. Heaven, heavenly, 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 heavenly day.
Oh, yeah.
Heaven, heaven, heavenly day. Heavenly day. Oh, oh, oh. Heaven, heaven, heavenly day. Hey, yeah. Heavenly, heavenly day. Oh, 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 oh. Heavenly, heavenly day. I can see a new day of devotion, brothers and sisters, such emotion, working with our hands, doing the best we can, just grooving with the vibe. I can take being alive on this heavenly day. Heavenly, heavenly, heavenly.
It is a heavenly day, and I say good morning, Unity of Payson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm delighted that you're with us this morning, and those of you who are joining us virtually, you as well. It is a heavenly day as we gather together to consider what's true service. What's this for me? Join me in an opening prayer. God of all goodness, we are grateful, grateful for the warmth of spirit and the cool, fresh breeze of spirit, both that fill us with life and make us ready to know who we are and what is ours to do. We're grateful for each who are here and all of the service that they provide in so many ways, and all of those who are living the very best life they can. And that's all of us with what we have to work with. We're grateful of how we connect with each other, how we serve each other, how we lift each other up. And this morning, we are lifted up, and we lift up those among us, around us, and even those at the far extremities of our planet, with the energy of love that surges through us. Again, we are grateful for each who are here in this place or at this time with us virtually. And so it is. Amen.
Amen. Good morning. It's time for our opening song. I'd like to invite you to stand and sing out loud if you're here in person. And you can stand if you're here virtually if you'd like. It's I Choose Joy.
When the walls come tumbling down, I choose joy. I choose joy. When the world stops spinning round, I choose joy. I choose joy. When my heart is hard to move, when my music's lost the groove, when I have too much to prove, I choose joy. I choose joy. When hate is all I see, I choose joy. I choose joy. When fear won't let me be, I choose joy. I choose joy. When betrayal and lies hide the light from my eyes, I look up to the skies and I choose joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy. I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy. I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy.
found, peace and hope abound. I hear the sweeter sound, the chains have come unbound. Love is all around when I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy. I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy. I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy. I choose joy. And everybody will be free when I choose joy. I choose joy.
Yes, yes, good choice. And it's time for our welcome and connection. Welcome to Unity of Payson. We're glad you're with us this morning. If you're with us virtually today, you can let us know where you're joining from. If you're from other than the state of Arizona, let us know. We want to recognize anyone new to Unity of Payson. If you are joining us online, Rev Neal invites you to remain briefly after the service so he may greet you. If you'd like to be informed of our weekly activities, we have a Monday e-newsletter. Please leave us your email, either in the chat or go to the contact page of unityofpayson.org and leave us a message. Again, we warmly welcome you, and let's do our prayer. From our Unity of Payson family, we say together, we love you, we bless you, we welcome you. Yes, we do. And those who have yet to find us. And now it's time for our gratitudes. We're grateful for those who support Unity of Payson with your time, your talent, and your treasure. We're grateful for the events of last week and the technology that allows us to meet in this hybrid fashion. If you have a gratitude to share, please raise your hand online or in person, and we will call on you. Let's have a gallery view, shall we? And if you can turn the camera when someone is speaking in person, that would be great. So let's start with in-person gratitudes. Are there any in-person gratitudes?
Okay, there you go. Turn it straight.
I am, is that on?
Yeah.
I am just so grateful for the drumming last night on the rim. That is such an amazing spot, and being up there with Unity people and the drums, it was just wonderful.
Thank you, Sue. I saw your pictures on Facebook. And if you want to post them on Unity of Payson Facebook page, that would be great. Just get with Neil or Neil, and he'll show you.
Neil or Neil?
Well, this is Rick, and I want to say I'm so thankful for Ram, because this morning he brought us these gorgeous, yellowish, wonderful tomatoes. But more than that, he's donating so much of his excess produce to the warming center. And that's a real wonderful thing.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Rick. And Reverend Neal works with Ron, and I get some of the spoils of that work. And the lovely flowers each week. I have zinnias on my dining room table, and they're still blooming and so colorful. Now let's turn to gratitudes from our virtual folks. We have Frosty. She says she's thankful for a new baby in her family. And let's see, Marlo, a beautiful girl. Congratulations. And I just want to say a gratitude that there was fresh coffee made when I was ready to drink it this morning. And boy, was that's important when I do platform. So thank you. You know who you are. All right. Any other online gratitudes? I don't see any hands raised. I just want to say we do have Christopher from Chicago with us, and we do have Kay from Alabama. All right.
Just a correction. Christopher is from Detroit, in the same direction, but a little further away.
Oh, thank you. Michigan. And I'm thinking Illinois for some reason. Okay. Welcome to everyone online and everybody in person. And it's time to move on. And let's go to unity is grounded in meditation and affirmative prayer. And we have trained prayer chaplains to serve you and to pray with you. You may email your request to the email on the screen. Our prayer team and Silent Unity will join you in prayer. First, Unity of Payson will join you in prayer for 30 days, and then your requests are sent on to Silent Unity for another 30 days of intensive prayer 24/7. So we're with you. We're with you. All prayer requests are held sacred and confidential. If you want to be contacted by a prayer chaplain, please leave your contact information with your request. There's also a box on the greeter table in Payson, in Payson. Okay. You can put your prayer requests in that box if you'd like to. Okay. The theme for July is service. And I'm going to read the affirmation. Being aware of our equality and our oneness, I develop a spirit servant consciousness. Today's speaker is Rev Neal Worthington. And the title is Serving Without Losing Yourself. And now it's time for our metaphysical moment. So, I did not bring the daily word in here. But I will read a poem from a book called Coming to Our Senses. And Kabir is the poet. My inside, listen to me. The greatest spirit, the teacher, is near. Wake up, wake up. Run to his feet. He is standing close to your head right now. You have slept for millions and millions of years. Why not wake up this morning? And I would like to read another one, if I can quickly find it. It's Mary Oliver, The Summer Day. Excuse me. Who made this world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper. I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who's moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who's gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Mary Oliver, The Summer Day. And now our speaker, Rev Neal, will share his message with us.
I like doing quizzes. So either online, and you can speak right out, unmute and speak out. You can tell me who I'm talking about, and I'm going to give you a little information a bit at a time with a purpose. Person I'm talking about is one of the people that we might regard as some who gave great service. This person was born in 1875. Remember, raise your hand, speak it out when you know the answer. 1875 in a part of Europe called, at that time, Alsace-Lorraine. Anybody? He was an organist. It's a he. I gave you a clue. And a restorer of pipe organs. That was a passion for him. He loved Wagner and Johann Sebastian Bach. He just loved that music. But he also was interested in spirituality. So he studied and became a theologian, actually quite a deep thinker, and a philosopher. The line was a little unclear between philosopher and theologian. Nobody yet? Oh, we'll get there. And he even became the parish leader, spiritual leader, I don't know exactly, the minister for a small congregation. At age 30, he decided to go to medical school. He completed his medical training, became a medical doctor, and immediately felt the call to be a missionary in Africa.
Schweitzer.
Ah, we got there. You didn't know all that other stuff about Albert Schweitzer, did you? But he did that. He took and went to Africa and began to render service. For him, that was a match between the sharing of that theology and that gospel that he felt and the service that he wanted to give. And so he created hospitals, and a lot of things happened, and Europe got plunged into war, and he got sick himself and his wife as well, and things just didn't go so well for him. He, in fact, was drafted to be of service to the military and had eventually to be released when he could return to Europe and to recover from that. Went back to his studies in philosophy and religion, and eventually again returned to Africa. But the interesting thing about Albert Schweitzer, the hospitals kind of went downhill after a period of time. He didn't give as much attention and not as much personal attention to the patients. Wasn't able to do so. They were a little poorly mismanaged, still serving, but in a lesser way than he had begun. But here's what he said. at the end of his life. What he thought was his greatest contribution was his understanding of reverence for life. Not his work as a medical doctor in Africa, and we all know about that, but his work at understanding reverence for life. One short quote tells us where he was with regard to that. I am life, which wills to live, and I exist in the midst of life, which wills to live. A great basis for service. Pretty similar to a lot of the things we say in unity as well. Well, Albert Schweitzer, great philanthropist, great humanitarian that he was, may have, I don't want to pin this on him, but if I look at it with another lens, he may have at times kind of flagged in his service, or something else took his attention. He had to end his service at some point in a certain way. And so he was always, I believe, looking at who he truly was, and from that, how he would serve. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I put together a key spiritual truth, and it's simple. True service is a joyful result of living truly. True service, a joyful result of living truly. We're going to talk about service coming from the heart. We're going to talk about our willingness to serve. We're going to talk about the joy that accompanies true service. Let's go first to the idea of what true service is. Some of this we've covered in the last couple of weeks, and some of it you know yourself. But let me review a couple of things. There's a phrase in Buddhism called metta, M-E-T-T-A, not M-E-T-A, M-E-Tutis, metta. And it simply means loving kindness, or better yet, love and kindness. That's the basis of everything. That's the basis of true service, love and kindness. But we have to ask some questions when we're delivering that love and kindness. And I think these questions help us to know what true service is. So often, I have been prone to want to fix something, and in that wanting to fix, I never asked the person the question, would you like some help? I just plunge right ahead and fix them. Well, I don't end up fixing them, but it's a kind of a service that's off of the central core of true service, which comes from love and kindness. And that kindness will reach out to that one who touches your heart and saying, how can I help you? I have to say, I did that this week, and I'm so proud of myself. I knew someone had a need. But before I rushed out to fill that need, I gave him a call. And I said, you may have a need for this. I think I know how that need could be filled. Would you like me to help you? Or how can I help you with this? Well, they were gracious and appreciative, but I was so proud that I went first to that person to say, how can I help you? Instead of plunging with my plans full steam ahead. So I think we ask ourselves about true service with the question of, is that service wanted? We also ask the question, does it lift up the person that's served? Does it lift them up? No, I don't mean does it take their burden and you take it on for them. I mean, does it actually lift them up? Because as our affirmation for the month that says equality is a part of this. That person who maybe needs a little lifting up is no less than us. We are no more than they are. And so we ask that question. Does it lift up the person that's served? Another question we could ask ourselves is, is this a selfish thing or not? Do I need recognition for what I'm doing in terms of service? Well, if recognition is your aim, you might want to check to see whether this is true service or not, because I think it may be a self-serving approach to service more than a true service. Some of you are familiar with A Course in Miracles, and some of you are students of A Course in Miracles. And there's a prayer that gets at this spirit service consciousness that we talk about in the affirmation. But I've taken the liberty to reword it a little bit because it just fits a little better with me. I revere the Course in Miracles, but I'm going to reword it a little bit. So give me a pass on this one, if you will. A prayer in the second chapter of that big, long, 30-some chapter long text. And here's what it says. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here as an expression of the divine. I don't have to worry about what to say or what to do because the divine within directs me. I'm content with divine instruction, going where it directs, knowing that divine presence always surrounds me. I am healed as I allow the divine to teach me to heal. A great and succinct idea of what it means to be truly helpful, or in the terms we're using today, we're talking about true service. Let's move on to being truly ourselves in this process. Because yes, there's true service in that idea, but there's being truly ourselves. Each one of us, part of this great oneness that we are, is unique. We have unique skills, unique education, unique experience, unique ideas. Also very valuable to the whole, to the oneness that we are. But we must, in fact, if we are truly served, kind of get a sense of what that true me is and how that connects with the service that we offer. The word that often goes along with this is the word calling, or the idea of purpose. I'm going to ask some questions. When we talk about my service and being a true spirit-oriented servant to someone else or to the world, the question comes up, is it in line with my purpose? How often do you take time to say, let me review, what's my purpose here? What is mine to do is another way we say it. What is my purpose? My unique purpose. The one way I fit into the wholeness of all that is in just the way that only I can fill. A second question that we can ask about ourselves is, does it fit with what's alive in me? An awful lot of people spend an awful lot of time, and I've been one of them, I confess, doing stuff to help, to serve. But it's not in line with what's really alive in me. So ask yourself, what's alive in me today? Let that shed some light on how I serve. Another question to ask, is there some recurring tug that keeps coming to me? Tugged toward something. tugged, tug, tug. Oh, pay attention to those tugs. I say if it's 3 times, you better really start paying attention. That tug is there, because that may be tugging you toward truly using your unique gift to serve. And some of us are resistant to tugs. So we ask the question, is it something I can't deny? You remember the biblical story in the Hebrew scriptures about Jonah, who was tugged and tugged and tugged and said, I'm going this way. And he got on a boat. It's a story, of course, but there's a truth beneath that story. Sometimes when we resist that tug of spirit long enough, something happens that really makes us pay attention to it. It's not always comfortable either. So I suggest that when you're getting to that place where you've denied a tug, Spirit may in fact insist that you listen. So we have a couple of things that are involved with this. Ourselves being true servants, ourselves being truly helpful. They're T's. I noticed they were all T's when I was looking at them. One is a temptation. I'm tempted to go out and fix that for somebody. I can take care of that. I can do it. Pay attention to temptation. It's not always going to get you where you want to go. Sometimes timing is everything. You may have a wonderful idea, but its time has not come. Ecclesiastes tells us there's a time for everything under the sun. But when we're saying, how can I truly serve? We may want to ask that question, is now the time for it? And it may not be, and it may be in a week, a month, a year, or 10. That calling may still be there in the background, but it's forming still. Timing, something to look at. Then I think trial. And I don't mean trials and tribulations. I mean taking something and trying it out is sometimes helpful because it gives us a better sense of something. We've got something like that happening here at Unity Payson right now. I think we've done it 5 times. Saturday afternoon, we do what I'm calling Saturday Soul Boost. It's a concise presentation of the message, but not churchy. It's not a church service. So I may speak about that for 10 minutes, and I may share a few other things yet to be determined because it's in the trial phase. I called it the beta phase. So I'm trying it out. It feels like Spirit's tugging, and this is the way to go, but it's not fully formed yet. So I consider the trial phase of this. And finally, the testing phase. So often we get involved in some kind of project or another, maybe a good service project. We don't do pre-project evaluation. We don't do mid-project evaluation. We don't do post-project evaluation. And so we get embroiled in something that kind of takes us away with it and doesn't really make use of the unique gifts that we have in the way that can really have an impact, can really be received by those whom we serve. There's a verse in the Christian scriptures. Test everything. Hold fast to what is good. And those T's, temptation, don't succumb to all of those temptations. Timing. Take a look at that. Trial. Try it out sometimes. And then get that testing, get that feedback so you can know. There's also interesting thing. Sometimes an avenue of service we may be involved in is perfect for us. This might have been true of Albert Schweitzer, that his avenue of service as a pipe organ repairer and restorer came to a close. He was great at it. He was passionate about it, but there was a time for closure on that. Or his time as a missionary in Africa came to a close. And there was a timing for that. So there's always timing. Look at that time for service closure. To close that down, be able to say no, be able to pass the mantle to somebody else. And then finally, how are you going to know that you're giving true service? It's simple, not necessarily easy. And I think there are, how many do I have? Yeah, 4 ways that you can do that. One, is your heart truly touched? Not, do you have a great idea? Is your heart truly touched? Are you willing? Sometimes we think, this has got to be done. I can do it. Not particularly willing, but I'll sacrifice and I'll go ahead and do it. So take a look at that. How willing am I? And something we referred to already, does it bring you joy? Does it bring you joy? Because that service is designed to line up with the passion in you and the uniqueness that you are. Does it bring you joy? And an aside, are you taking care of yourself in this process? Are you creating the boundaries that you need to take? You know, like the old story of the plane that has a little bit of turbulence problems and the air mass comes down from the ceiling above the council. Take that for you first, then you'll be able to help other people. The same thing applies with regard to service. Take care of yourself. Set your own boundaries. And then be open to closure and actively pursue it. When the same spirit that urged you to get started with that service is saying, okay, now's the time to close that, to pass it on to somebody else, or its time has just come. So all of this, how do I do that? First of all, it's inner direction. As we read in that prayer from A Course in Miracles, inner direction is what determines all of this. Not calculation, not manufacture, but inner direction. Remember that. And then, Tom, if you put up the slide we've got. My lovely wife helped me with something. I'm going to show it 2 ways. If you're looking here, see this little heart? And now we're looking at it. Now you can see it there. This is a heart shield. The shield part of it talks about the boundaries that we make. But within that heart shield is a scale. 0 to 100, we have it. Can you see it? How do I do that? Maybe don't get involved in math or anything like that, but take a look at the picture of what it looks like when you're considering some sort of service or when you're already involved in it. Number 1, where on that scale does this little pointer go when you talk about, does it come from my heart? Where is that on the scale? Or where is it on the scale when it says, I am willing? 30, 40, 50, maybe 70% willing? It's going to give you a picture, an image of where you are with regard to service. And then you could ask the same thing about joy. Does it give me joy? That'll be some guidance that'll just come out from you. It's again coming from within you. It's reflecting who you are uniquely, what you have to do, and what is yours to do in terms of service, in terms of adopting that spirit service consciousness. Back to Albert Schweitzer. Remember, at the end of his life, and we don't know him for this at all, was his sense that his greatest contribution was reverence for life and his understanding philosophically and theologically about the reverence for life. And that was what he wanted to share. So your service may turn out a little differently than you think. Some little thing may be more important than another, but that spirit consciousness, that understanding that comes from within is to be yours. And then you'll truly be able to say, my true service is the joyful result of my living truly. And so it is.
So now it is time to prepare for meditation. And we have a meditation song, I Allow, by Terry Wilder.
I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I have all I need. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I am all I need now. I allow, I receive,
Take in the words of the song.
I believe that
Quiet
I
your-
have all I need.
Quiet your mind, quiet your body, so that you can spend a little time to reflect in silence.
I accept, I believe that I am all I need now.
So in the silence, pay attention to life. That life that Albert Schweitzer spoke of when he spoke about a reverence for life. That life that's in me, that life that is in all of us. So in the quiet, let's just very simply review our lives, our service that we have given. Do a little evaluation. Don't fault yourself, or you didn't serve as well as you might have, where you maybe went a little bit wacky, went out on your own, didn't connect with the divine in you. And then take this one question into the silence, and we'll give you some time to just deal with that in the silence. The question is this: what touches my heart and tugs on me to serve? What touches my heart and tugs on me, saying, this is yours, this is yours, this is your place to serve? Take that now and reflect on that in the silence. If you are looking within and not without, you almost certainly have had some glimmer of direction. Pay attention. And as you return to this day, the 16th of July, this place where you are, take that tug that you paid attention to and bring it with you. Allow it to develop. Discern its time. Know if it's truly yours, and then take the action that you're prompted to take. So we are grateful that we can serve, and that our service
And she's still muted.
We are about to play our offering song. Now is the time for our gifts and our offerings. And the offering song, while it's playing, you'll have time to make a contribution. And we'll have information for giving on the slides. And let's see, slides, please.
Yeah.
And then the song will be Song in My Soul, Karen Drucker.
I've been disabled, so I have to enable myself again.
Do you need me to enable you?
Yeah.
Yes, if you would, Don.
Okay. I will see if I can click on you.
In the participants?
I'm listed as the host.
Yep. Right.
And
Participants, please.
I am in participants.
Okay. Make Tom the host. Or you need
Yeah, I don't have that ability to make Tom the host. Tom's phone is co-host right now.
And I can't get to it either.
Okay. All right.
Donna?
Well, I might be able to play a song while we do this. If I screen share, I might be able to play something, but I'm not prepared for it.
Okay. Let's just hesitate for a moment here.
Okay.
If you would look in the participants once again, you are listed as a host.
Correct.
Tom, Unity of Payson, you should be able to make co-host.
Right. When I click, I click on Unity of Payson, and I can make host. Here we are. Yes.
Thank you, Don.
There we go.
I had to click on the 3 dots. I didn't know that. Okay, so the information for giving, if you could put that on the slide. There you go. All right. And let's bring our attention to our gifts at this time, and let's call to mind our heart's desire, our heart's desires. And let's say our affirmation. Freely we give,
And
freely we receive. And so it is, and we are grateful. Song in my soul.
There is a song in my soul. It sings I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings I am whole. There is a song in my soul. It sings I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings I am whole. 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 I am whole, I am whole, I am whole, I am whole. There is a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. There is a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. 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 There is a song in my heart. It sings I am loved. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. There is a song in my heart. It sings I am loved. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. 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 It sings of my joy. It bubbles up from deep inside. Pure, sweet joy. There is a song in my soul. It sings of my joy. It bubbles up from deep inside. Pure, sweet joy. I am 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 joy. There is a song in my soul. It sings, I am love. A beaming ray of spirit's light. I am love. There is a song in my soul. It sings, I am love. A beaming ray of spirit's light. I am love. 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 I am whole. I am whole. I am healed. I am healed. I am love. I am love. I am joy. I am joy. I am whole. I am whole. I am healed. I am healed. I am love. I am love. I am joy. Pure joy. I am peace. I am peace. I am well. I am well. All is well. I am well.
Yes, we are well. Now it's time for the dedication of our offering. We're grateful for these gifts. We're grateful for the abundance that they will provide. We bless the gifts and we bless the givers. And we say together, divine love flowing through us, bless and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. We are abundantly prosperous. And we give thanks. And so it is. Amen. 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 And we continue with the theme of service for July. And next Sunday's speaker is Reverend Julianne Lewis. And her title is We Are Here Only to Be Truly Helpful. And our affirmation is being aware of our equality and oneness. I develop a spirit servant consciousness. And now for some announcements. Please check the website at unityofpayson.org or the Monday e-newsletter for all the details. We have a Course in Miracles Tuesday, July 18th at 6 p.m. This meets the first and third Tuesday of each month. We're part of the summer concerts at Green Valley Park on Saturdays at 7 p.m. We have a table for Kindness Works for All. Please bring a donation for the food bank of non-perishable food. The band for the next Saturday is Outside the Line. And we're doing Kindness Works for Seniors at the Kindness Table. I have something else before the PS. I just wanted to mention that our next potluck, August 6th, will be sharing with United Methodist at 11:30. It'll be after our service and after their service. And we also have a special treat. We'll be singing a song with them and they'll be singing a song with us. And so if you would like to sing and be part of Unity of Payson Choir, please let Reverend Neal know when you hear this invite. please contact Reverend Neal and let him know you would like to be part of this choir. And there'll be a practice for the singing on August 2nd at the church. So that's what I've got. Thank you.
And if you don't contact Reverend Neal will contact you. It's a wonderful opportunity coming at. Thank you, Donna, for including that. There are so many things happening. I would just mention that on the fifth Sunday, we have a fifth Sunday this month, some sharing, some of the things we don't see as much about Unity of Payson will appear as the members, some of the members speak about that. So I'm looking forward to that, and I know you will as well. All connected with this theme of service. So I think that's it. We'll join together here in person in the circle, and we'll even turn the camera around so those of you who are with us virtually can see us as we do that and sing together the peace song and the prayer for protection. And again, if you are here virtually, stay for just a moment so I can greet you. That close? I think that gets us.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as Creator, family are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, this is my joyous thought. I take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
Prayer for protection. The light of God shines on light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much for being with us. If you're here in person, join for a little refreshment and